Hey everybody, it's Ali here from After Zucchini Performance Nutrition for another Nutrition Tip Tuesday. So, I've had a lot of people lately asking, look Ali, I really want to cut down on my animal products. Is there anything that I need to watch out for? Yes, there are definitely nutrients that you need to keep an eye on if you're going to be cutting back, either going vegetarian or vegan, or just being mindful of dairy and meat, for example. So, what do you need to keep an eye on? First things first, calcium. So if you're switching to things like almond milk or rice milk or coconut milk or things like that, I usually burst a bubble for some clients and say that almond milk is often just like almond flavoured water. So the beauty of cow's milk is that, for people who can drink it, is that it comes as a neat little package, almost like a mini meal. So you get protein, you get carbohydrates, you get some fat, you get calcium, and you get a few other electrolytes as well. So the calcium is the important one here, because in those milk or dairy alternatives, what I want you guys to watch out for is whether they're calcium fortified. If you're going to have something like almond milk, bear in mind that you're not going to get the protein and the carbs in the same way that you would from regular milk. You can opt for something else like rice or oat milk. Oat milk's actually a really comparable one in terms of something similar to cow's milk that isn't cow's milk. My preference though, if you're not going to have cow's milk, is either soy or lactose free, if you can have one of those two, because they're closest to the regular nutrient-rich milk that you can get. Calcium is really important for bone health and also hormonal regulation. So that one's a really important one if you're not getting dairy products, if you decided to cut them back or out. The next nutrient is iron. Iron comes from, is sort of most biologically available in animal products. It's called heme iron. So if you're cutting back on your animal products, the iron that you're getting is less bioavailable from things like legumes, lentils, nuts, seeds, those sorts of things. It's not to say you're not getting iron, but it usually is packaged up in a product. Let's say it's a legume. Usually if you've got iron in a legume, it's also packaged with anti-nutrients. And these anti-nutrients inhibit the absorption of iron. So it's a really weird dichotomy almost of, hey, here's a great plant-based iron alternative, but you can't really absorb it so well. So there are different things you can do, like activating nuts and seeds, for example, or sprouting things, or fermenting products will also break down those anti-nutrients. So watching that with your iron intake, and that's something that you can test through your blood to see if you are getting low in that, especially if you start to feel really low in energy, if you're switching over to more of a plant-based way of eating. Then we have zinc. Zinc is often found in animal products and seafood, for example. So zinc's an important one for immunity, and that would be one that you can get tested, but one that I would just be looking to purposefully include in certain foods so that you're not becoming deficient if you're not eating as many animal products. And the last one is B12, which you can only get from animal products. So if you're cutting out dairy and meat, then you really need to watch B12, which you can test through the blood, but it does have a bit of a lag in terms of it might seem like it's okay in your blood test, but you're actually becoming quite deficient in B12, which is really important for nerve conduction. So if you're switching to a plant-based diet, you can get B12 from fortification, and that's a really important thing to focus on. So if you're going down that path, just remember that there are a few technicalities that you have to be really mindful of if you're switching to a plant-based way of eating, and there's definitely help available if you would like any. I will see you guys for another Nutrition Tip Tuesday next week. Thank you.